Okay, this feels a lot different. I felt like, I mean, all things considering, I felt like B5 was a much safer space. Okay, so this feels a little, this territory feels a little scary to me. I'll put that out there. I mentioned to someone that I was going to start watching Evangelion, and the first thing this person said to me was how much they did not like Shinji and how whiny he was. And that actually really bothered me. It bothered me because I understand him. He's in this situation. Actually, his life is really... Evangelion introduces you to Shinji. And basically in almost every situation and almost every scene, the level of invalidation and disregard for him as a person comes through. I say both sympathize and empathize because I feel bad for his situation and his relationship with his father and how he is treated in this show. Oh, for the most part. And then I could say that I empathize with him because I've had so many experiences in my life where, as a child, I've had a lot of invalidation. I understand him. I've gone through my share of, whining and feeling like I needed to do that because if not, no one would listen. Obviously, then they called it whining, but it was my own way of being able to express how I felt, my own feelings of like my own displeasure, or the things that didn't feel comfortable, or the things that made me scared. I felt so bad for Shinji. That is not the kind of life that I think anyone should live, where you're made to feel like your existence doesn't even matter. That threw me off quite a bit because everything I learned about myself was not that. Like that I could be shown like kindness, warmth, and even be liked enough to be invited into someone's home. It sucked, like always wondering and always second guessing whether or not you can actually move into someone else's space. So that moment Shinji standing right in front of that door, pained me. And it like made me think about, my whole entire childhood where I was rejected or denied or not even acknowledged. For someone like Shinji who's been in that environment and who has that kind of relationship with his father, the moment he saw Rei fall off that gurney and he saw the amount of suffering that she was in, the fact that at that moment he said that he was going to pilot the Eva was something so miraculous to me. For someone who's been invalidated all their life, he had the capacity to sympathize with her. I mean, I don't know how much people discount the idea of invalidation, but to reframe it, do you know how bitter people are even in a work setting when they don't even hear one nice thing from their boss? One compliment that says, you really did a nice job today. Oh, you did, that was a really great idea. Do you know how many complaints I've actually heard from people saying that they're so unappreciated? I mean, it's not even invalidation we're talking about. It's just the lack of appreciation. And even over that, people struggle emotionally. So this just makes me want to come from a place of even more understanding for Shinji.